Hey, church family. Thank you for taking a second to come and see what's going on here at Coral Hill this week. Obviously, we've got some weather that has come in, and so I do want to take a minute to talk a little bit about what our weather policy is and kind of how we handle that, just because it's something that comes up year after year around this time period. And some winters we really don't have to talk about it, while others we do. And so I'll get to that in just a minute. But things that are going on this week, first of all, I want to just continue to mention that as of right now, we are meeting on Wednesday night at 6:15 here at Coral Hill. Something for the adults, something for the students, and something for the kiddos. And I'll address any potential change to that here in just a second. But also, our men's retreat is going to be taking place this weekend. And so if you are one of our guys that have signed up for that, it begins Friday. Check-in is from 5 till 6-ish, and then dinner's around 6:30. Our first session is at 7. And so you'll definitely want to come and be a part of what we're doing with that. And then some things that are more on the horizon. First of all, our next Connect with Coral Hill is going to be January 28th. That's a couple of Sundays away from now. And so if you've been coming to Coral Hill for a little bit, or you've really only been here a few times and you just want a little bit more information about who we are, we're going to be hosting a Connect with Coral Hill on the 28th, and we'll provide a meal for you for free, as well as childcare if that's something that you need. But some other dates that are on the horizon. February 1st, is our IMB Medical Missions webinar here that the Liberty Association of Baptists is going to be hosting. So if you are in the medical field, interested how you can do that for the glory of God through missions, we're going to be hosting a webinar here. February 2nd and 3rd, our student ministry is going to be going to the Youth Evangelism Summit in Bardstown, Kentucky, and so registration is still open for that. It will be closing here in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, and so if your middle school, high school student is interested in being a part of that, they'll need to get signed up. Student Ministry is going to Winter Jam on February 16th. You can see all of that on our events page. And then our Marriage Retreat is February 24th and 25th, which is just a little bit over a month away. And so there's a lot of things that are going on. You can go to corehillbaptist.com/events or corehillbaptist.com/this week. They both have kind of the same amount of information. And so you'll be able to get signed up for events and activities and things like that through those outlets. And so now, when it comes to weather, the general rule of thumb around here is that we want to be able to worship together if possible, right? If the weather's just crazy, then we recognize that trying to drive 5 miles out of town, to Coral Hill is not always realistic. And so the weather policy for us in general is that on a Sunday morning, for Sunday morning worship, we're going to try to prioritize worship, but maybe not be able to do small groups together. And so whatever decision that we make, whether it's going to one service with no small groups or whatever, we will try to make that decision by 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and we will communicate all of that information through our social media outlets like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll also send it out on a one call, an email blast, WCOU, WBKO. We'll do a push notification through our app. We will try to get that out there as best that we can, but we will try to make a decision by 8 o'clock. Wednesday, it's always a little bit more kind of tricky to make a call on that one, just because you never know what the weather's going to do. But we will make a decision on Wednesday, mid-afternoon, so that you all can make plans. But the general rule of thumb is that we're going to try to meet. If you're able to get out and safely get here, then we're going to try to meet. We don't want people to put themselves in harm's way unnecessarily. And so that's kind of the rule of thumb with that, especially with kind of the way that the weather's been and the roads have been, and how we've got more snow, more coming in this weekend, looks like potentially coming in this weekend. So we definitely wanted to communicate that to you all. But if you have any questions, comments, or even concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We want you to be a part of the life of the fellowship. We want you to be serving. We want you to be growing healthily in your walk with the Lord. And so serving in the local church is important. Worshiping in the local church is important. And so we definitely want to give you the opportunities to be able to do that. But that's all I've got. Hope you guys are enjoying the snow that has come in. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. But that's all I've got for this week's update. Hope you guys have a great week in the Lord, and we'll see you guys soon. God bless.